This is a pen drive, flash drive, thumb drive, or whatever you want to call it. We are going to encrypt this thumb drive with a password. Yes, boys and girls, we are going to encrypt it with a password because I want to store something secret in here. Everyone has secret things to store, and absolutely yes. Hey, before you write anything in the comment, let me be very clear. I'm going to store password and key file in here for backup. But hey, you are free to store anything you like. And let me tell you beforehand that anything that is present already on this drive will be gone. So let's start, shall we? This tutorial is going to be on Linux because if you want to encrypt a drive in Windows or macOS, then it's just a matter of few clicks and it doesn't require me to make a video or tutorial. So yeah, let's start. I don't want you to be confused in any part of this video, so let's start from very basics. Let's imagine we have a pen drive of 8 gigs. We have multiple partitions in it. For now, we have two partitions. Partition number 2 and 1. The one is 2 GB and the other one is 6 GB. So in that partition, we encrypt the whole partition. Do you see this dotted line? This dotted line is our encryption. So anything that is stored inside that partition, for example, our files, will all be encrypted. So we are going to set up encryption on partition level. I have already plugged in the thumb drive and it is shown as SDB LSBLK. This is the 16 gigs of pen drive that I have already plugged in. To see it more clearly, LSBLK. Yep, this is the drive. Now we are going to encrypt it using the commands that is already present on Arch Linux documentation. So if you want to refer it, then you can go to this link. I will provide this link in the description. So our first step is to create a partition. Since we only have one partition, we do not need to do anything else. But if you want to create another partition, then you may create another partition of the required size and then proceed from there. So for now, we have a single partition SDB, which will be used to encrypt and store our data. So now we will start from here. Let's say crypt setup, and of course you need sudo. Now we want to specify SDB. Be careful while writing this device file. If there is any mistake in this, then the other drive that you have mistakenly entered will be gone. I mean, all the data will be lost. So be careful on that. So I'm very sure that it is SDB. So now I'm going to looks format. Let's see. Enter. Yes, I want to do it. Capital YES and enter. Now I have to create a password. I will enter a basic password for now. You see, it already had an ext4 file system on it, so it is warning us that it will be gone, so it will be wiped. Now our partition is formatted and it is encrypted as well. So now if I do lsblk, I have this drive. It doesn't change anything, but now let's say the next step is to open. Now we have to open the encrypted partition in order to read and write from it. So our next step is this command. Let's enter here and we need to change it to SDB again, and then we need to provide a name. So let's say I want to call it USB 16 since it is 16 gigs. Now enter. Okay, access denied and it's sudo for it. Now enter my password which I used to encrypt my drive, and a little while and it will be opened. Now the drive will automatically be available at /dev/mapper/ whatever name was provided, USB 16. So if I do ls-l, we can see that it is a named drive. I mean, it is a symlink to this one, but since we provided the name USB 16, it is easy for us to refer to it. So every encrypted drive will be mapped at /dev/mapper and the name that you provide. Now our encryption is open. Now our drive is ready to read and write. So the next thing that we need to do is to create a file system on it. So for simplicity, we will just write ext4 file system, of course sudo, and our name of the drive USB 64. Now it will format the drive, the encrypted partition, with ext4 file system. 1, 2, 3 and done. Yeah, now our file system is ready. Now we can mount it. So let me check if I have anything mounted over here. Nothing. So I will mount it on /mnt sudo mount slash. Okay, I already have this command USB 16 mnt and enter. Now our USB drive is mounted. If I do lsblk, I can see that our USB 16, which is an encrypted drive, crypt type, is already mounted on slash MNT. So if I go to MNT now, I can read and write in the pen drive. So let's say I wanna write something. Touch, let's say, test.txt promise and oh, I have to be sudo here. Sudo. Now I got this file, so let's write something in it. Hello inside the test file. Again, I need to be sudo, I think. Yeah, permission denied text file. Why does it say so? Okay, let's say sudo nano. Now I will write some data in it, and then yeah, we have the data. Now let's do one thing. We will eject that drive and again try to remount it and reopen it. Let's say lsblk. Now the device is plugged in. I will remove the drive. But before removing, I shall do sync. Here it is synced. Now I want to do sudo umount slash mnt sudo crypt setup, and similar to open we need to do close sdb. SDB not found. Okay, I think we need to do mapper USB 16. Yeah, closed. Now, yeah, I think now we can eject sudo eject SDB. Yep, gone. Now, lsblk. Our drive is perfectly ejected. Now I can just remove the drive. I removed the drive right now and I will plug back in. Come on, show up. Yep, it is already present here. 16 gigs of our USB drive. Now try to access the file that we have already stored. So now we do not need to do anything much than opening. So we will use the same command to open that because we already have that encryption in place. But before opening, nobody can read and write from here. If I still try to, let's say, sudo mount dev slash sdb slash mnt, if I try to mount it, no, nothing, because the file type is crypt looks. We need to first open it and then only we can read and write to it. So we need to open it. So let's say open. Yep, same command, enter the password that we used to encrypt. Open. Yep, it is already open. Now again we will mount mapper slash USB, and yeah, now we can go to MNT and we have that file here. So it could be your private key, password file, or whatever secret that you want to store. We have our secret encrypted pen drive here. So this much for this video. See you in the next one. Keep watching.